Going live here. Looks like we're live. Let's see what happens here on the laptop. Yeah, we are live. Looks like. Let's see who gets in the house here. I got the laptop set up in here in the garage. I've turned down the volume on it. It's squeaking. Okay, there we go. Okay, so let's get everybody in the house. Who's in the house now? Take a little bit of time to get everybody online here. I don't normally do live streams, and I don't even normally even show my face, so some of you guys are probably new to that. Let's see what happens. Hopefully this all works out. We're live in the garage. Looks like we got some people in. Cool VW. Yep, we do have VWs. I'm going to get up right now and walk around. I don't know if I can see the chat when I'm walking. I put my laptop in the garage, and the reason I want to do a live stream is just to help everybody come together right now, because the whole world's kind of on hold. And yeah, the Volkswagen is in the house too. So doing this from a garage, and I don't know how good my Wi-Fi is going to be. But yeah, we got the project going. Something to do. At least, thank goodness I have this thing. Well, I have tons of stuff to do, but can't really leave the house. So, anybody in that boat? I think that's about everybody, right? I'm looking at the laptop. That's why you see me looking over. It's because I'm looking at my laptop because I can't see the screen very good on the chat. It's really hard to see the chat. Super chat messages. Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm just trying to get the settings right here. Then we can do some talking. All right, thanks for the great series. Yeah, thanks for watching, you guys. It's been fun to make this series on the van, and yeah, we got shout outs coming. We really like to see. I like to see some of the people all over the world on this, because there's, you know, I'm going back and forth with people, and I do have a phone number that I've got. I'm going to bring up in a minute as we get people in the chat. And I'm going to have people call in from wherever in the world. And hopefully, I don't know how my I didn't check this yet. I have a tablet. And check the Wi-Fi on it real quick. Sorry. Kind of a little bit disorganized. This is kind of thought about, but not really. Let me see. Yeah, it looks like we're looking here. Shouldn't touch my face, right? Let's look here. Looks like we got plenty of bars on our tablet. So I got a phone number on a tablet that I'm gonna have people call in and just kind of tell us what's happening where you are. I've been watching the news, and the news is kind of, it's so political now. It's like, I just want to see the news, and I just see stuff. Donald Trump says this and he says that, and yeah, he says stuff. I get it, but I just want to see the news. Okay, I don't want to see your spin on the latest thing that was said, and all that crap. So I figured if we did a live stream, we could get people from all over the world to tell us what's happening where you are. What's going on where you are. Tamco paint. What'd they say? On my bug, still working. Oh man, dude, you're gonna love that stuff when it goes down. That Tamco goes down so nice. It just, you get your spray set up with nice atomization, and then just get it about, use a good spray gun. I don't know if I could. I think you could spray it still even with a cheap Harbor Freight gun, but you're gonna get some orange peel. But if you, just watch the dots connect, get that spray, nice atomized. Just watch them connect. Let them just kind of squeeze a little bit together, just barely, and just run with it, and just keep spraying with that stuff. It just flows out like crazy. It just comes out so nice. The clear, I you use the thing that's tricky about it is figuring out. I get the slow and the fat and the medium hardener, and then if it's like cold, like right now, it's kind of cold out here. It's about 50 degrees, and you can add accelerator to kind of like make it work out really good. So that's what I do with that stuff. It's really neat, good material. So getting a few more people in here, and that's going to be from Eugene, Oregon. Tyler, right on. Yeah, oh, good, good. That's good. I'm glad it's helping the oscillation. I've been, that's why I've been. Yeah, okay. Yeah, yeah. I've been trying to do as many videos as I can. It's basically therapy for me too, because just like you guys, I'm stuck at home. I mean, I'm an essential business, but do I really need to go out right now and repair signs? We're just kind of on like more of an emergency thing. You know, there's stuff that's going on. I have jobs that are, sitting there right now, but they're not due until May and stuff like that. So we're just, I'm just basically, you know, not doing anything other than working on this bus here. So yeah, you guys haven't seen the newest video yet. I haven't released it yet, but I'll show you, give you guys a little sneak preview. I got this side blocked out pretty good, first time, but it's going to need a couple more because these doors were really bad. I don't know if you can see them. I don't know if I can flip this thing. No, I don't think I can. Yeah, I have to show you through my backwards camera. So video quality might not be that great. But I just got some of this stuff done. Man, these things came out pretty straight. I mean, this corner, this bus looks really straight. I mean, it's actually, and I'm not really trying to do it that crazy nice. Has anybody seen the Mustang build? If you've ever gone to playlist, look at the Mustang build. A lot of people aren't really interested in that, but because there's only like 1,300 views. But then you can, if you look at the Mustang all done video, that can kind of show you guys what I can do really nice work. I don't always like to, it just takes a lot of time. And, I mean, I had a heart attack last year, and, I don't really want to spend the rest of my life, working on one project. From the UK, all right, UK. That's VW Coco. Wow. So we are getting people in. There's a lot of people from Australia and New Zealand that watch the channel as well. And New Zealand just told me yes, it was Paul. I remember his name now. Paul said that they're going on lockdown now in New Zealand. And, a lot of people think, it's not necessary. And so, look, I'm going to tell you guys some of the stuff that I've seen. And the news is not portraying this, and neither is the CDC. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys a story. I didn't want to get a few more people in, but let me tell you what happened. So in the beginning of the month, my in-laws came back from Europe. We didn't know this when they called. They called and said that uh, one of my brother-in-law and sister-in-law were going into the hospital. They both have pneumonia. Okay. And we did not know they just came back from Europe. And they went into the hospital. The hospital says, "Oh, it's not COVID-19. It is not. We tested it. It's not COVID-19. You guys are okay, whatever." I mean, my brother-in-law almost died from pneumonia. Okay. He's 60. He's in his 60s. So, and, all the time they said, it's not, the coronavirus. Listen, we have to realize that this testing may not be accurate, okay? Because they tested negative more than once, I think, when they were in the hospital. And, okay, let me give you the whole story. They just came from Europe, okay? They both got pneumonia at the same time, okay? What are the chances, with all the symptoms from COVID-19, that they didn't have it, okay? Doctors don't work like lawyers. They look at whatever their test is, their test comes in negative. I know this because my dad had cancer. They weren't going to tell us, anything. They didn't know what kind of cancer it was, so they wouldn't give you any answers. And that's kind of the way that they operate. So if you guys are aware, these numbers can be way, and this is just someone that I know. These numbers can be way off, way off. And, we need to err on the side of caution and don't take this lightly. So that's why I figured we could do a live stream. And so we got a few people in here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and take calls. So let me turn on this thing here. If you guys want to call in, you can use, I don't have a Facebook account for this. I just set this up. Hang on a second. This is under a place called TalkTone, and it has a phone number. It's a US phone number, so you can call me through whatever, Skype, whatever's free, that you have. And we're going to take one caller at a time, and you're going to be on speaker when you call so that everybody can hear, and hopefully we can all hear. You guys are going to have to tell me that on the chat because I don't know. So here's the phone number. Can you guys see that okay? Yeah, it looks like it's coming through. One at a time call if you guys want to, and then tell us what's happening, where you are, what's your story with the COVID-19. That's kind of what we're talking about right now, to kind of get the news out of what's really going on. Want me to leave that out there for a little longer? And then see if this phone thing works. Yeah, we're just going to talk about what's happening where you are, because, reality is better than what the news is giving us. News is just like whatever, so. Okay, we got a caller coming in. Okay. Hey, you're on Mike Effing Garage live.
Hey, how's it going?
Right on. Who's this? We got from Grants Pass, Oregon.
Eugene, Oregon.
Oh, Eugene, Oregon. Your thing says Grants Pass, and this is, what's your name?
Tyler.
Tyler. All right, Tyler. Can everybody hear Tyler? Tell me on the chat if you can hear him. Okay. I'm going to turn the volume up as loud as I can get it.
1, 2, 3.
You might have to turn the volume down on yours just to be able to talk. So what's happening over there in your area? Is everybody locked down?
We're not necessarily on lockdown at the moment, but people are going kind of crazy. Grocery stores are pretty much empty. I can't even get a bag of rice.
Yeah, that happened here.
Empty, what was that?
That happened here for about 2 weeks, and now they're starting to get stocked back up. But in the beginning, like 2 weeks ago, it was crazy. Yeah, just get what you can get. And there's just crazy people. I don't understand why people are buying toilet paper. That's just the craziest thing ever. I, you know,
Yeah, I wouldn't have expected that to be one of the first things to really blow up. It seems a little odd.
yeah, it is. Can everybody hear that okay? I see yeses. Sounds good. Okay, we got it. Joshua, thanks, Joshua. I saw that. Sounds good. Okay, I'm trying to watch the chat. It's kind of tricky here because I've got my laptop, I've got my cell phone so I can be mobile, and I've got this tablet that nobody can see. I'll put it in the video.
Multitasking.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy thought. I just had this idea a while back to do this, and I thought, I've been wanting to do this for like a week, but I thought, there's some areas that are just getting into the lockdown thing, and here in California, it's a 400. I heard it's a $400 fine if you're caught doing something out with doing a non-essential. Like you can only go to the store.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
if
my employer gave me this piece of paper that exempts me for that. So it doesn't have any hours, so I can basically drive around whenever and not get in trouble.
Yeah, I probably could too. But if I drove around one of the classic cars, I think I would get in trouble. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking about doing a driving video. I just thought, man, maybe I could do a driving video, do something fun, and and get people.
I'm driving my bug every day.
Yeah, I might get it out and do one locally. I don't think the cops would do anything, and especially if I told them I was doing a YouTube video, they might let me get away with it. But who knows?
Yeah, it depends on how the cops are where you live.
Yeah, the cops are, I haven't seen any of them. When we go to the store, they're kind of hibernating. I don't know, maybe they're less of them out or something like that. I'm not sure. So it's been kind of weird, but it's real, it's what's happening. I mean, it's really what has to happen right now. We really need to just, let the virus kind of, I don't know. I really don't know if it's,
Die out.
yeah, I don't know if it's going to. It's been accelerating where we are. Um, we had 20 cases here, and well, we had and they were all in the desert, which is pretty far away, Riverside County, where I live, and that's like 100 miles away, and and now we've got. I mean, we had like a whole bunch of them out, a few of them out there, and now we've got like almost 30 or so. I don't know. I didn't check today. I should probably check.
Dang.
Yeah.
I think I've got 4 cases in my county with 1 death so far.
Yeah, and like I said, there's so many. There might be a lot of people that have it that don't know they have it.
Yeah, just because the testing has been taking so long, we have no idea what the numbers really are at this point.
And it's super. I'm finding out it's super inaccurate. The testing is not accurate. Just the numbers that I have of people that I know that I've heard that have gotten sick. It's very. It's been hit and miss on the accuracy. So that's something that we all need to keep in mind when we're talking about this thing. So. There's the young people, maybe they're like going, hey, this is no big deal, but they might be carrying this thing and they don't even know it, so who knows? It's really kind of spooky. I just dropped it. Yeah, I've dropped my door down. I think you're still there. Let's see if everybody else is. I can't even see here. Okay, yeah, I'm still there. It says you're live. It says we didn't forget you. But you guys got thrown all over the ground, I guess. Here, you could see that. Got to put my pen back in there. I don't want to lose that. That's my editing pen. But anyway, yeah, it's been pretty crazy. I haven't really left the house in like 2 weeks, really, other than just to go get, the body shop supplies are still open because I guess they're considered essential, and the warehouses are still open. My customers, I work for national sign companies, they're still open, and almost everybody's working outside. You
I worked at UPS, and things have just gotten so much heavier this past month. It's been ridiculous.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's what my cousin was a driver for UPS for he was a driver for the feeder and like a
Oh,
couple.
that's a good gig right there, dude.
Oh, it is until they fire
Like
you.
80,000 a year.
He was making over 100, and they fired him like
Oh, fuck yeah.
three months ago. They
What?
fired
He
him.
got fired? I've never heard of anyone getting fired.
No, they're getting rid of older people because he's my age. He's 55 and 56 now, and they're trying to get rid of the older people out of feeder, so because they don't want to pay him that 100 grand, you know.
Damn.
So that's happening, you know. And he's, you know, he was a good employee. He was there like 35 years or something. I don't know, you know, crazy amount of time he was there. So
Looking for
anyway.
good retirement.
Yeah, he's all worried that he's only going to get 5,000 a month. I said, dude, you're so sad, man. I said, just go do something else for a while, you know. That's yeah, that's pretty wild, but so yeah, cool, man. Let's see what some of the chat guys are saying right now as we're talking. I'm gonna kind of cruise up because I want to
Yeah,
involve them.
here, I'll hop off and let somebody else
All right, yeah.
for a bit. Yeah, thanks for the videos, man.
Yeah, cool,
Appreciate
man. I love you guys watch, and I really appreciate it. And I figured, you know, I don't usually show my face on here because I don't want to be some celebrity. That's my thing. But I just thought, you know, this is an opportunity right now. And nobody's, you know, everybody's home, you know, so it might be time to just connect
we're
with
all
everyone.
in the same boat, basically.
Yeah, we're all kind of trying to connect, and the only thing we can do is social media, and people are watching the videos and stuff. And I thought, you know, we could kind of offset some of the stuff that's, you know, being said on the news. We could kind of tell each other what's happening. All right, so thanks for calling. What's your first name again? I lost you on the chat. Tyler. Okay, Tyler. Cool. I'll see you a little bit later, Tyler. I'll look for your comments and be sure to reply to them. All right, so we're ready for another caller and see what's happening where you are. If you guys want to call in, new to the chat. Oh yeah, I gotta remember which camera I'm on. If you're new to the chat, let's see what's happening in the chat here while you guys are thinking about it. Yeah, got some stuff going on here. Going back, we go to the live. What's happening down here? Oh, good. They're taking it seriously where you are. How about Jimmy? What's happening? I see you up there. Good. I'm glad that people are taking it seriously. Most people are here. You know, people are actually a little bit over serious. They're kind of paranoid. You know, I don't think we need to be paranoid. The thing that really freaked me out the other day is I went by and, you know, I have guns and stuff, but, you know, I'm not like against that at all. But I saw everybody at the gun store yesterday. It's like, dude, what are you going to the gun store for? You know, really? What's going to be the problem that you're going to need to use your gun? You're either going to get sick or you aren't. You know, stay home. You know, it's just crazy. So let's look at the chat again. We got here. New cases are running out of wind in New Jersey. Good. We're running wild. I'm sorry. It's hard for me to see a little bit in here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, New Jersey and New York is just, man, I didn't even know. I saw 20,000 cases yesterday in New York or something like that. Wow. And that's the ones that they say that they've actually been tested. What about the ones that they just said stay home and there's, you know, you're not that sick, you know? So those are severe cases. So that's what we all need to understand. It's severe cases are what's going on. Yeah, guns are not going to stop the virus. Yeah, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I'm going to shoot you, virus. Right. That's gonna work, right? No, I don't think so, man. Or they think, well, oh, you're gonna get off my property, or I'm gonna shoot you. Now, I heard somebody actually did that in like the desert. It was like in near Coachella where they've got more cases than here. And it's like 30 cases or 20 cases or something. Come on, 20 cases, you got a 300,000 population, 400,000 population. You know, just stay home. That's all you can do. Across, yeah, it's all the one of my friends of mine does he does a lot of U-ship stuff. He's a shipper, and I don't know if he's staying home right now. He may be on the chat here. See, he watches the channel. He delivers some of my cars for me and stuff. Let me twist you guys a little bit so you guys can see while I'm looking at the computer. How's that? Is that a little bit better? Oh, I'm trying to get a little bit better camera angle. There we go. But yeah, they say exactly. You can just pretend like you have it and stay home. If you because you just don't know. I mean, who knows? I mean, you could have a really mild case. You could be just a carrier. You don't know. So it's better just to stay home for a while. What do you guys think? I mean, do you really think we're going to be back in operation by like what, June, or was it? I mean, sorry, not June. I was thinking April. What is it called? Easter. You guys think we'll be up and going by Easter? I don't know. Maybe some areas, maybe somewhere, but I don't agree with that. No. Steve says no. Stay home. Just wait it out. Not by Easter. And it's funny. It's becoming. I understand to be optimistic, but there's, come on, be real. More than likely, that's not going to happen. That's reality. But yeah, it's just, listen. Let's look at this optimistically for a second. If the mortgage companies, the car payment companies, the banks, basically, all get in line and they say, look, we're going to give you guys a payment holiday for a month, 2 months, 3 months. The Federal Reserve is going to lower the interest rate to zero and give us a bridge loan to get us through the 2 months. We'll all come out of this okay. It won't be that bad. But if companies and stuff like that try and get, to one up, then it's not going to work out. It's going to be tough for everybody. Economically, myself, I don't really have any worries about that for me. I got myself in a position, and I would suggest to everybody to do this. Listen, learn from this. Get yourself debt free. Do whatever it takes to get that. Little by little, all my cars are paid for. Everything I own. Everything you guys see in every video is paid off. Okay. And I worked hard to do that. So, I'm not that worried for me, but I am worried for a lot of you guys. So, just remember that. If you guys can just focus on that for the next, 10 years of the younger folks, that aren't there yet, and just try to, yeah, you all get 80% wages. Okay. If they do mortgage breaks, if they do mortgage and rent moratorium, then they just say, hey, if I was still a landlord, I owned a house and I sold it. I would just tell the tenants, Don't worry about the rent. Don't even worry about it. And you know, if you know, I think that that we all have to get off of greed and realize that we need to think about each other. And if we can do that, then we'll come out of this fine. Financially, the markets all turn back around. It's an opportunity right now if you've got like money that you can, that you don't think you're going to need, which who knows what that's going to be, to invest in the markets. I did some more investing. I bought some more stocks of things that I think are going to turn around. Oil, I think, is one of the things that I think it will turn around pretty quickly. And that was just my thought, but I'm not giving you advice to what to do, but I'm just saying do some research on some of that stuff and figure out where you guys need to do. So the UK finally, they were late in the game too. Well, look at, I'm not going to say anything. I mean, the US, we were late in the game too. We took it, I didn't even take it serious. I was out of town when this all started. And, I was working in medical facilities, and everybody's getting asked as they come in the door, hey, have you been around with coronavirus? And I'm like going, dude, it's not even here yet. And really probably was, maybe we should have been acting then. And I was in the airport and came home from Iowa. And there's cases. It's weird. If you look on the maps, it's like huge on the maps near areas where they have national airports. Flights go overseas. That's where there's a lot of it. Unless we're buffering for a second there. Did everybody still there? Looks like it. Yeah, I think mortgage and taxes for those who need it, absolutely. I'm going to pay my taxes, and I'm going to, and I'm going to make sure that I file even on before April 15th because I can. So, that's why I'm going to do it. I think everybody, if you do what you can do, then that's fine. If you can't, then, I think that the places should be, conscientious of the fact that people aren't going to be able to do what they normally do, which is pay their bills. My daughter, she's still working. She works in a warehouse, but they're cutting her hours to 3 days a week. My son-in-law, he's still working. He does commercial construction. He's a framer, and they're working right now. That sort of thing is still going on. And because there's in those type of businesses, they're so far apart, people are not really close together. So they're still operating here. Anybody know how this happened? Have you guys, anybody researched? I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about what I researched, how it happened. And it's something I think the Chinese need to really learn is how important it is to have regulatory things in place for their food. That's how this got into place. And anybody who's aware of what a wet market is? Anybody? The wet markets. If you look that up on if you look up at what a wet market is, it's in China. That's how they get their meat and things like that. Yeah, don't eat bats. I don't know if it was from bats. I'm not sure. But let me tell you something. They have these places called a wet market, and what it is it's basically a slaughterhouse of all different types of animals. Apparently, in China, and this is just what I've researched. I don't know if it's true or not, and I would hope that you guys would actually do your own research and not make a decision from what I'm saying in this. Okay. But they slaughter, all different types of animals in the same place using the same, and It's not, and they don't check for viruses on them, and they don't properly check like they have like, they'll eat bear. They have like, I saw kangaroos. I've seen chickens and all this stuff all in the same place. And it's just a breeding ground for a potential cross contamination and viruses. And I believe that, and that's where they've narrowed it down to where that's where it's come from. And, you know, I don't think China needs to take this lightly. They've made the whole world sick. And, you know, they need to step it up right now. And this is kind of what I figured we could do on this video is, maybe even after this is not live, we'll get some people that will watch this and learn, you guys, you need to get your stuff together, stop doing this. That the SARS came from it. SARS was really bad. And I was in Canada when that was going on, and it almost wiped out every Asian restaurant over there, and because everybody just stopped going to them, and it wasn't even there was no cases in Canada yet. But when we were there, we went to Asian restaurant. We said, screw it, we're going. We said, it's not here. There's no evidence that it's here. So, and then it dissipated. So anyway. Yeah, live animals, they slaughter them all in the same place. They do. It's pretty disgusting in my opinion. Oh yeah, your wife's a nurse. Well, I'm glad that she's out there. I mean, that's a hard thing to be right now. Nurses. One of my neighbors is a nurse. I don't know if she's retired now. I'm not sure. But I bet she went back. Wine consumption is increasing. Is that because they think it's going to kill the virus, or is it just because we're just drinking? Yeah. Yeah, let's hope that China learns a lesson from this. Let's just really, somehow there's need to be sanctions on this stuff, and, let them know that we do not, the world says, effing you. Says F you, right? We don't want this kind of stuff again. I mean, look at the economic turndown from this. And, I don't know, anybody from China out there, we'd love to hear what you guys have to say if you really think that the virus is contained there. I don't know how it could be, but maybe it's just propaganda. I don't know. I'm speculating. Don't listen, do your own research always, guys. Don't just listen to what I'm saying. This is my opinion, and I'm not trying to sway anyone. That's just my opinion. But stress drinking, yeah, we don't drink much anymore myself, so I haven't bought beer in over a year. Not allowed to, so I just stick to the rules from the doctor. So, but yeah, it's that's what's happening here is we're the governor ordered something to say that there's a fine if you get caught. They're enforcing it, but it's not really strictly enforced. You don't see police everywhere, strictly enforcing it, but I think everybody's pretty much, except for the people that were at the beach the other day. I was pretty shocked. All these people walking at the beach, but I guess they were just trying to stay 6 feet apart. But it's like, I maybe it's more contagious than they're saying. Maybe you don't have to touch anyone. Maybe it's like you can breathe, or somebody sneezes from 100 feet away, they could actually get you sick. I don't know. I don't know the whole thing. Yeah, California. Yeah. Yep. So you guys all at home now, or pretty much? I can't think so. Anybody work on the live stream from work? I don't even know how many. Anybody know how many people we have in the chat? I don't know how to look at that. Let me look. No, participants. You've only got about what? About got 11 including me. 12. Yeah, we're closed. California's closed. You know what's funny is my other son-in-law, his parents own a pizza restaurant and they're smoking busy. Everybody's ordering pizza. So, but it's, I guess, and they're all wearing masks and gloves. They're really trying to, because they could come to work and then get a whole bunch of people sick from that. So they're trying to. All right, Ralph. We'll see you. Yeah. So JW Classics on here. What do you say? Yep. Same here in Houston. They do the same thing. Houston's on lockdown. Well, you remember Houston's near the international airport, so Canada's shut down. We're aware of that. My wife's from Toronto, so yeah, yeah. Well, my wife's from Toronto. My brother-in-law and sister-in-law are from Toronto, Canada. So, and they were tested negative when we are really certain that they were positive. So, how many people did they get sick, and how many people, uh, you know, were affected by just them? I don't know. And how many people are there saying that they're not sick when they probably are? I think the numbers are way off. Yeah, Toronto. It's not Canada. Yeah, the rest. It's like the Bay Area is not California. And that's about the same statement as Toronto is not Canada. They just vote everything through, and they that's the way our state is run by the Bay Area, and they don't even you know they don't connect with the farmers or anything. There's so many farms in here. Yeah, I lost the live stream there for a minute. Let's see. I don't know if I lost you guys. It said I had to resume it. It was buffering. Yeah, they had that law come out, Jimmy. They were trying to put it through to separate the Bay Area. But what they did is they had the Bay Area included with all the water sources in the state. They were like, "Oh yeah, we want to to be our own state, but we also want the water." And all the people that live in those areas are all not in line politically with the Bay Area. The people that live in the areas that have the water, they don't like the Bay Area people. There's a lot of, I mean, tell you, there's some serious tension in this state. It's you know I'm not really politically strong to the right, okay, but I'm definitely not in line with the left people at all. So um, that's the way I look at things. But it's weird. LA and the population of people here in this state are in LA, in the Bay Area, and then the rest of the state, if you look on, like is mostly red. If you look politically, that's where everybody's. It's kind of weird. But the city I'm in is kind of blue, but it's kind of. They used to be red and they've become blue over the years. The schools and stuff. Right. Thanks, Ben. Yeah. Yeah, the natural resource agenda is it's like, they want the cake. The Bay Area wants the cake and they want all the icing, and to get political power, and it's just not right. And, I don't know how they got that gas tax through. Anybody aware of that that's out of the state? They got this gas tax too. We had a 20 cents a gallon gas tax. Now, this is the thing that most people don't know is I have all diesel vehicles almost, and diesel was 20 cents plus 5% increased. So all of a sudden, and people voted for this thing. I just thought that was just crazy. Um, and all of a sudden, you know, food went up in price. It's like, hello, paint went up in price. Anything heavy that gets on a truck went up in price. And I don't know why this happened. And he was actually on the news. He says, I'm not sure why our gas prices are so much money. It's like, dude, you made this way. You put the taxes there and you think you don't know why? And then he shut up like 2 weeks later, I guess. To tell my daughter I'll call her back. Yeah, they said he made it this way and he decided to do it. But we're taking callers. If anybody wants to call in, I'll put the phone number up again. Tell us what's happening where you're at. And see if anybody wants to tell us about what's happening where you are. If there's a lot of cases or you know of cases that they don't say is happening. Ortiz, I thought that was my in-law. Or my sister's kid, John. $177. Wow. Man. I think it's like $3 still here. $3 a gallon. And it's a deal. Because it's like we have like $1.20, $1.30 gas tax. It's crazy. And it was to fix the roads. And then it said, and public transportation. Does anybody know about our $1 billion train? It started at $11 billion and then now it has a $100 billion ticket to try and finish it. And they're going, well, maybe we shouldn't finish it. It's like, yeah, maybe we shouldn't have started it. You could take all the airports, you could take a whole bunch of regional airports and you could have made them into like little small airports where they would take a larger plane and then they could have just said, okay, we're going to make these government airports and then they're going to have government flights that fly from here to here, and it would have been half the cost of the train, and then we'd have immediate transportation. Instead, they decided to make this train because it's green. Well, it's construction green. Yeah. Are trains really green? No. They run on diesel just like everything else. It's just as, it creates carbon emissions. It's like a bunch of dummies. They don't know how to add. 165. Wow. Yeah, that's almost free. And you can't even drive. Isn't that suck? Yeah, there's no free lunch, you're right. Yeah, it's a super train thing that's just gone crazy here. It's just, but it's not talked about it much lately because I think they're talking about now ending the project. They built this huge train station downtown San Francisco. I've seen it. It's like I have to work down there sometimes and I don't like it, but I was down there because it just smells like piss and and you know what I mean. Effing no, it smells like piss. It smells like piss and beep. We'll say that one. Okay, keep the live stream screen clean. Smells like a shart everywhere. And they got this beautiful new train station. To get outside, you walk out of the train, all you smell is piss and shart. Great, but and they're not even going to use it. It's crazy. 65 miles a day. What state are you in? Where? 120. Where at? Oh, car junkie guy. That's okay. I try. It's a little bit dim. Trying to see here. It's I got my hand out, kind of. Plus, my eyes start to water. I have allergies, so if I sneeze and cough, I don't have COVID-19. It's because I have allergies. Just don't do it in a store, right? I was in the store and I was joking around with my wife, and I said, "I'm just gonna cough. Everybody leave. Everybody leave. Everybody go home." They give you this really dirty look, and then they just scatter. Oh, per liter. Oh man, $1.20 a liter. Where was that? Oh wait, I gotta go back up. That was. Oh, car junkie guy worried. Oh, a liter. Oh yeah, from 98 cents to 120 a liter to 70 cents. Wow. But where? What province is that in? Is that in like in the middle of the country, or? So I bet you in Toronto it's probably, you know, $100 a liter still with all the gas taxes they have there. Yeah. Oh yeah. You got to go to the gym. Yeah, they're closed here. It's all closed. All the gyms are closed here. Yeah, the allergies really suck, dude. I'm with you. Well, I think I'm gonna do some work here. I don't know. I got some stuff to do. I got this big project sitting here, and I've got materials for it. So this panel came out pretty straight, not bad. This bus is gonna be pretty nice looking when it's done. Uh, yeah, I've got behind me the door. You can see back there. It's pretty much. I haven't done anything today. We'll maybe do something else. Maybe next couple days I'll do another one. See where everybody's at. If it gets any crazier, I'll do another live stream. We'll see what's happening with you guys, and yeah, yeah. It's oh yeah. Are you the one from? I was trying to think. Hodge Duck. Is that right? Hodge Duck from France that were telling me that you guys are in lockdown. I think he was saying. How long does it take me to do a bus? Typically, when I'm not doing videos, I could do one in 4 months, no problem. The way I'm doing this one, I've done a couple like that. I did one. I actually had to separate the roof right here. I'll show you. I had to separate the bus right here all the way around, and I jacked up the roof because somebody did a grafted roof, and they had set this panel off. So I don't know if you can see I'm trying to. They set this panel off, so it was like all weird looking. It was all wavy looking, and that one still took me about 4 months. It was rusty, but it was rusty in different places. So they're all rusty. You know, they're all bad. I got this thing coming up here. We're gonna do. Look at those hubcaps, pretty clean. I think I just released that one today. Look right here. I'm gonna do this coming up. Look at that. The rust holes in there. So I'm gonna skin this. I'm gonna cut this out here and here, and then I'm gonna have to drill in all the spot welds, which you know, guys, I hate to do that, but I'll have to drill all the spot welds and then pull out this bottom, and then I'm gonna put. Hopefully you guys can see that. Okay. I'm gonna put a new skin in here, so that's one that's coming up. I got that to do. I got a few rusty spots along here. I just wanted to give myself a break from welding So I've been just doing some of the blocking and stuff. I got rust holes there. I got to fix. Then we got to do underneath. I got to do underneath the van. Still, I'm gonna put it up on the car lift, and then I'm gonna do like go underneath and clean everything. Got to get all the surface rust off everything, and then treat it all, and then I'll probably paint it while I'm under there, and then get all that all done. Yeah, that's coming up. That's coming up, but I haven't started it yet. It'll only take me, like that nose. People, if I was doing that nose um, without doing videos, it would have probably taken me less than a day. It wouldn't even have taken me a day to do all that. Just, remove it all and then do it. But when I do the videos, it takes a lot more time. So, yeah, about 4 months usually is about what it takes me to do a whole bus. The way that I do it now, these other guys, the metalwork guys, what's his name? Washburn Metal, Brian Washburn. He does them in about that too, and he does everything to the seam, But I guess when you're buying all the parts, it's faster. So if I bought every piece and I just welded them in at the weld points that they give you and all that, it would be even faster. I could probably do it in less time, but he's doing it about 4 months too, he said. So he's actually one of the guys who's pretty fast. His guys are, have you guys been watching any of the Skinner Classics with McBursma? Anybody watching that stuff? I kind of watch it every once in a while, but I don't have much time to watch. Anybody watch that? All right, Steve. Yeah, I've been watching the McBursma. I just think, man, I was like, dude, why did they cut out all that metal? A lot of that stuff looked good to me. And then all those spot welds and take it out so carefully when you're going to put all new metal in. It's crazy. I just think it seems like a lot of money wasted there. I mean, whatever. It's just money or whatever. But it seems to me like that's what it seems like to me. Kind of a waste of money. Oh, dude, you know how many of those I could have bought in the 80s? I had a barn door. Some of my stories, I had a barn door. I went over to a house and I looked at it, and it was less rusty than this bus right here. I could have bought it for $750. It had ambulance fans in it. The ambulance fans at that time were worth about $300. So I could have a barn door with ambulance fans, combi bus that was in this condition. But then back then, the buses were only, nobody wanted them. First of all, barn doors are worth a little bit of money, but nobody really wanted anything if it wasn't a 23 window. So the amount of time and money it would have taken to fix it, and we didn't have MIG welders. Nobody had a MIG welder at home. You could buy one, and they were like $1,500 to $2,000. They didn't have the Harbor Freight ones then. So it was really an expensive thing to buy. So yeah, more dollars than cents. Don't you like that one? I learned that from a friend of mine. I didn't make that one up. He was a mechanic at the shop. We used to joke around. When I was a mechanic, we had a lot of fun. We used to, been a long time since I was doing that as a job. I was a body shop painter. I was a custom painter when I learned everything in high school. Everything I learned in high school. Back when we had shop classes. That's why I really wanted to make the YouTube channel, is to try and teach some of the stuff that I learned, because the schools don't have it anymore. So I learned in high school. After high school, I was 18. I was working as a painter's helper in a body shop. Then after a few months of that, then I got a job working as a custom painter in another shop, doing just custom paint, graphics, paint. We also did hand brushed letters. We did like We did tractor trailers. I used to do those, mask them off, and then we put the letters on the sides of the tractor trailers. I did that for a while, and then you know, my boss said to me, he hands me $100 bill, and he says, "Okay, go get a real job." You know, so I went out and I worked at a body shop. I tried to get a job as a painter at a body shop, and everybody goes, "Nah, there's no way you have the experience. You don't know what you're doing, blah blah blah, and all this stuff." Okay, so I went to the body shop and I said, you know, I was just frustrated with that, and so I went to the paint store, and they go, "Oh, well, just get on our list here." And I got on a list, and within a day, I had a job as a painter's helper, and I was the highest paid painter's helper anywhere. I went out because I was painting. I was doing everything I was basically the second painter. So I was in the body shop and I'm working in there, and like the guy who was the main painter there, he used to drink a lot, and at lunchtime, everything after lunch was like shit. Okay. It was bad. Everything he did was like crap. It was just, and so it was like after lunch, I started painting everything. So, and then the body shop manager saw me in there and he goes, "What the heck's going on here?" And I go, and he goes, is he drinking? And I'm like, "Well, no, not really." He kind of goes, "What do you mean not really?" You know, but that was like kind of accepted back then, and, eh, you know, and so a couple of months later, he got fired. And then they figured that I was going to take over. And right then everything the spray guns were going south. It was like, okay, you got to get a new spray gun. We're going to change the VOCs of all the materials. Everything was going to change. And I just kind of looked at this and I looked at him and I said, "You know what? I think I'm going to do something else. I don't want to do this. I don't want to." And I would already proved myself. I worked at that shop and I worked at 3 or 4. What happened is we get like 7 cars a day for spot repair. And I'd get in, all these cars would come in and I'd have them all ready in a few hours. And they just couldn't believe that I'd be all done. I'd be done. Everything was finished. Everything's ready, masked off, everything's sanded, everything's ready, block sanded, primed, everything ready. In fact, I'd go over to the thing and start playing with colors and stuff, and even mix the paint stuff we had our own paint mixing thing, or I'd order it from the store. Sometimes we just ordered it. And he'd be in there spraying. He'd have like 2 cars done sprayed. And then I just pull the other ones over to the other booth because we had 2 booths, and I just go over there and start painting. And it was it was crazy. And then we'd run out of work. So the manager, the body shop manager, called all the other body shops and said, "Hey, how backed up are you guys? Let me send my helper over." So they'd send me over to another store. I'd do the same thing. I'd go over there. He'd have like 10 cars backed up, and he couldn't get to them. And I'd be like, "All right, so how do you want them prepped? Everybody preps everything a little different." So so I do all the prep the way he does them, and then I'd sand them all down, whatever. I get them all ready, paint, whatever, and they'd just be everything's ready. And he was like, "Dude, I'll pay you another $1 an hour if you work here." I go, "No, I kind of like the guy I'm working with. He was a drinker. He was a really good. He knew his stuff. So I wanted to stay there." And then I get done there and I go to another place that all they do was BMWs, and their painter got fired, and I was in there fixing everything that he did wrong, and I'd go and I'd be repainting them, and they're like, "Well, why aren't you a painter?" And I'm like, "I don't know." And then finally, when they offered me the position, I just said, "I'm done. I'm not going to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to work on other people's cars." The liquid lunch. You can look at the comments here. Yeah, it was for a living. I just, I got tired of, you all this work on something and do a really beautiful job on it. And all they would look at is this one tiny little thing in the hood, and that had to be repainted just because I saw it. And when the guy got home, he didn't give a crap about that thing. It was never looked there again. In fact, he didn't even wash his own car. He'd take it to the car wash, and how the guys wash it, or the detail guys, it's just stupid. So I just decided, screw you guys. You guys can deal with this on your own. So that's what happened there. That's why I got out of it. Yeah. Yeah, I did probably, oh God, I don't know, 500 mini trucks of the custom paint or more. I don't know, 300, something crazy numbers. We do, I guess, 52 weeks in a year. We do two to three a week. So I guess we didn't do that many. It was like 2 years. So that's 52. So it was about, I mean, sometimes we do three or sometimes we do four. So I'm trying to think. Yeah, it was about 300 of them, maybe something like that. 300 mini trucks. They were all over the place. We had contracts with car dealerships, Econo Motors. We did Volkswagens came in, but it was towards the end of that. You know, they were our shop did all of them, all the ones for Econo Motors before I was there. You know, the GTV. I think that our shop had some sort of stuff with GTV bugs. If you ever saw the GTVs, the MPG GTV, I think the stripes and graphics all got designed by my boss that I worked for. So I think so, but I don't know for sure. I'm sure he did a lot of things that I don't even know about before I was there. So that's where I learned a lot of stuff, and my friends are still doing it now, and broke like you've never seen. I mean, they don't make any money. People think these body shop painters make all this money, and the only ones making money is doing crash repair. That's it. You got 12. Yeah, I'm about there. I think I don't know how many I have. See, I got three buses now, right now. Three buses, two bugs. Sold the one, remember? The 65, got full price for it. Guy saw the videos on it, and he was like, dude, I've already driven this car 3, 5, 6 times. I don't even need to test drive it. I want it. Bought the 65. That sold pretty quick. It didn't sell that quick, but he didn't even negotiate at all. He was just like, no, it's beautiful. It was a nice car. And then I got the Rabbit pickup still, two bucket trucks, uh, Chevy Crew Cab 4x4. I got this other bucket truck too, the Volkswagen bucket truck, the bug or the bus, and two Jettas. Is that it? I think that's it. I don't know, around 12 cars or something. The registration and insurance is just like, oh my land, it's so much money. California, it's $140 for a classic car registration for 1 year. And that's all you see. Shh, Arizona. Don't tell anyone. Just kidding. Just get a property in Arizona. That's how you solve the problem. I have an acre of land, so that's why I got, yeah, yeah, $140 a year. Yes, you heard that correct. 140 for a classic car. If you have, like, my pickup trucks are 400 to $500 a year to register, just for 1 year. And the Rabbit pickup, I think, is a little more. So, like, my registration and insurance bill for the year is $10,000 plus a year. $10,000. It's crazy. That's I have them that much. $10,000 plus for registration and insurance because you have to keep everything insured, and that's with classic car insurance and everything. Yeah, an acre is pretty expensive. But like I said, all my cars are old. my newest cars are 2009. If I have a brand new car, if you buy a brand new car in California, it's $2,000 a year to register it. 2,000. Some of them. My wife goes, "Oh, I want to I just want a BMW." And I said, "No, you don't." I said, "It costs me more money than all the cars I have to register. I don't want to do it." Uh, 6 acres and 3 shops, man. Woo! That's my dream home. $10,000. Yep, you're right. It's around that. I don't know. Well, the bucket trucks are a big part of that. I think I pay, I don't know how much it is a year for registration on this. I don't know. I can't keep track of it all. I think it's 3,000 for insurance for those, and another 1,000 for the registration. So actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell those, and then I'm going to keep. I have the towable boom lift. I don't know if anybody ever saw that in one of my videos somewhere. I have the towable boom lift, and that is going to replace them, because then I can, I don't have to worry about them. There's a lot of things it eliminates, insurance and all this other stuff. Insurance and registration, there's no registration for it, so because it's equipment. Yeah, the bucket trucks do make money. Yeah, that's where I make my money. Equipment. Um, that makes me I do very well from that stuff. Wow. 270,000 for 5 acres. That's in Canada too, right? You're in Canada? Yeah, the classics are fun. I've always, my whole life since I was a kid, I've always had a classic car. I wouldn't know what to do if I didn't have one. And Paul, I still have there's another one I didn't even talk about, my Nova Super Sport convertible. I still have that. That's going to come out pretty soon. Pretty rare. 63 Nova Super Sport convertible. They only came 6 cylinder. The one I have is 6 cylinder still. I'm not sure. One of the reasons I haven't started it is because I just haven't made a decision on drivetrain. I keep on thinking maybe I'll do a turbo 6. Maybe I'll do a V8. I love the sound of the V8s. I just love the sound of the big cam and a V8. And but I don't know. It was originally 6 cylinder. The frame isn't really ready for it. I have to do a lot of frame modification to make it for a convertible. Some guys just put the V8 in it, but I'm not gonna do that, because I know me. I know me with stepping on the gas. If it's got it, I'm gonna use it once at least, and I'll probably twist the car. Like a friend of mine, this is funny. A friend of mine had a GS 1100. I don't know if you ever know the motorcycles. GS 1100, GS 1150 back in 1991 was one of the fastest production bikes at that time. And he goes, "Hey man," he goes, "Man, you got to check this thing out. It's pretty fast." And I go, "Really?" I said, "Dude, I don't know. I don't really want to ride your bike and stuff." And he goes, "No, you got to check it out." He's a good friend of mine. And I said, "All right." So he threw his helmet on, jumped on it, rode the street. I opened the thing up. I get through first, second, third gear. Then the front end came down. I was going about 70. Slowed down, turned around, came back. 70, 75, 80. I don't know. I couldn't really keep it. I didn't watch the speedometer. It could have been going 100. Third gear. They got third gear. Turned around. I just barely got into third. I cracked it up first, second, hit third. Front end came up third, dropped it. Set it, and then downshift. You got that down, turn around, back, and I go, "I'm not riding that thing again." And he goes, "Oh no, you're not." I said, dude, you told me to ride it. If I'm going to ride it, I'm going to open it up. There's just no way I'm going to get on the thing and not feel the power that it has. So, that's why I tried to talk him out. I said, dude, you don't want me to ride it. I don't want to ride that because I'm going to open it up, So, no, yeah, I didn't get on that bike ever again, but it was fun. It was a fun, 20 seconds or something. I don't know, 10 seconds. It wasn't that long of a ride. Just went up the street, turned around, came back, got off of it, said, man, that thing's fast. That's all I said to him. Uh, uh. Yeah, we're gonna get on the VW bucket truck here pretty soon. I got Chris at home right now. He was sick, and he was sick with like regular flu, like a cold flu. Really, I think it was a cold. And his wife was sick, and I said, "Nah, just stay home. Just make sure we don't pass anything around right now, because I don't even want to get like a cold flu. Because if you get a cold flu and you go, and at the time, I was supposed to go out to these banks and do a bunch of surveys. We drive around, take pictures of all these banks. They canceled. They actually canceled that job, that part of the job, where I'm just going to do just the bank hours. So, which is kind of a drag. That's a lot of money to me. But so they I wasn't sure if I was going to get on the airplane right now, and I said, no, I can't be sick. If I get like even a cold, I won't be able to get on the airplane. They won't let me on. But that job got canceled. But my wife's still kind of freaked out. She's like, just tell him to stay home. So I'm paying him still. He's staying home. He's getting paid. So just tell him, take sick leave, whatever. It's no big deal. Yeah. Yeah, VW Planet's out there too, out in Florida. I was going to come to your area. I'm going to be out there, looks like in June, if things don't change. And I'm going to actually go visit probably CT. Yeah, he's in Tampa area. Yeah, I'll be over there. I got stuff in Clearwater. I got some banks in Clearwater area to do, and some in what's it called, Brandon and Brandonton. I think those are the names of them without looking at the list. So that's not very far away. And then 2 in St. Petersburg. So right around your place there, not far. I know all the state of Florida, all of it. Yeah, I've traveled places you guys that live there probably never even gone. And the same thing in California. I traveled every dirt road, back road. Oh, well, not dirt road, but every back road, every anybody in California ever driven from Susanville to Red Bluff through the mountains? I've done that. Through Susanville to Redding. I've gone from Redding to Arcata, up through the mountains there. I've done every pass road in California there is, pretty much. Same thing in Florida, because I travel the banks. We go to bank from one bank to another bank to another bank, and we change the hours on the door. So that's part of my job, what I do. CT with his cleaning. I talk to him on the phone a lot. He's a friend of mine. A few of us YouTubers are friends, and we became friends through YouTube. And I talk to him on the phone a lot because we have similar, interests because we both are YouTubers, VW stuff. So I try and help him when I can. And he's home right now too. He's off. I just talked to him the other day. His job, furloughed him. So he's been home. So he's making videos right now, probably. He's going to make some. And yeah, I'm trying to get him he's just kind of afraid to weld. I get it. He likes stuff to be right, and he likes to be nice. and he's kind of particular, if you notice that, in his rebuild, his whole front end and all that. So, he's a little bit afraid to mess up on welding. But I said, dude, you just get your grinder out. It's fine. You mess up. That's what the grinder's for. Look at my work. Grinder and filler fixes everything. Yeah, CT, I don't know. CT's got a lot of subscribers. He does a good job editing. Uh, yeah, CT does a really good job with editing. He does everything with an iPhone. He uses an app, the Apple. He has a iMac, and there's something in me that just, my daughter has an iMac. My daughter was in movie production and stuff like that. She's off work right now, but and I just hate Apple. I just can't stand the company. I don't like I don't like what they do to people. I don't like what they do to I just don't like them so much that I don't want to use an Apple. And I'll tell you why. It's because they do price fixing on their products. They manipulate people into getting their stuff, and they keep you there. Like they know like exactly what they're doing. They sell a product that's inferior, and you guys aren't going to agree. Some of you guys that are Apple fans, they sell a product. They put limited technology in there. They put the cheapest electronics they can put in it that will work for us for about 4 years, and then it's designed to fail. And then after 4 years, you have to buy another one. It's like a drug addict is what they do in business. And to me, I just don't like that. I don't like businesses who are out, to take from people. Business should be like this: is that I do what I do, you do what you do. We both win when we come together. Not I win, you lose. If it's a I win, you lose, I don't want anything to do with them. My customers and my business and what I do is always a win-win. Even though I can make really good money, and I'm not going to lie, I do make very good money, but I do it so that I win and they win. And if we both win together, then to me, that's a good business model to follow. I don't believe Apple does that. I think that they are just taking from people, and they get as much as they can out of you. So I just don't like businesses like that. So that's why I could do better videos by using their equipment and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, there's people that don't like iPhone now. I mean, I'm not the only one, but I've been, it's just the business part of it that I really don't. The phones are great. They have really good video quality. The phones, they do make them to not last on purpose. If you don't believe me, go to there's another YouTuber who repairs this stuff. He's amazing. What's his name? Lewis. Anybody ever watch his channel? Lewis. God, I've watched him several times. He repairs stuff. He's amazing. The guy's an absolute genius. And he goes, look, they put this capacitor in here, knowing that this is going to fail. In this processor they use, Rossmann. There you go. Rossmann. Louis Rossmann. He's awesome. He does live streams all the time. Love you, Louis. If you're ever watching, man, love your stuff. He just straight out tells you how it is. This is crap. And he fixes them, and he makes money fixing stuff, and they don't help him. They don't give him anything because they don't want you to fix it. They want you to come to them and buy another one. It's a whole, to me, it's it's like a pyramid scheme or something, you know, it's just where everybody loses but them, you know, and I just, no, I just, ethically, I have a real big problem with that. You know, I'm very ethical, you know, with what I do, my customers, and and to me, that's just not, you know, that's just not, you know, that's not the way that I would do business at all. You know, if I owned that big company, you know, you know, the people complain, say Microsoft was a crook and everything else. You know, he made a lot of money, but I don't think he was as crooked as Steve Jobs. I just I watched him from the beginning. You know, I was a computer science major in college, and I switched to business. And while I was working in shops as a mechanic, I paid for my own school. I paid for all that myself. My brother and sister, my parents paid for theirs, and my mom and dad said, "Well, we'll pay for your school." And I go, "No, I don't need you to." I just told them that's okay. I got it, and I did it on my own. So, you know, it's something. There's something good to feel about that when you do things for yourself, and you know, and you know, I used to cut corners when I was young. I used to cut a lot of corners when I was young. Now I realize that every time I do it, I just end up eating it, doing it again. So, so that's that's why you know that's you know Apple makes great stuff. They really do, but I just don't like their company ethics. It's very simple. VW Darren, yeah. I like to see VW. VW Darren says he wants to come out. He's supposed to come out here, but I think that's going to be deferred. He may come out, and he kind of wants to connect with some of the YouTubers, but he also wants to connect with some of the shops. And I kind of know everybody, so it might help. Because he's just alone. You know, there's just what is there out there? I mean, I don't know where in Florida he is, but what's in Florida? There's what you know. You guys have Fisher VWs. I think anybody know? And Duck Man. What should we call him something else now? I think we gotta call him Boob Man. Just whatever, Duck Man. If you want to do that, that's okay. I'm not going there myself, but you know, hey, Fisher buggies. They've been around for years and years. Yeah, I've been around for since I was. That was around when I was in high school, I think. So, yeah, his channel's kind of gotten weird. But he's getting a lot more views. That's all I got to say. You know, I mean, his watch time wasn't doing very well. If you watch the some of the numbers we kind of watch. What's that called? There's that thing for YouTube. You can look at, you know, how somebody's numbers are. His numbers weren't that great. He's doing better now, but you know, I guess I think it would just make better content. I wouldn't try and do that, but I'm all about you, Duck Man. If you're out there, we like you still. I mean, I'll still watch your stuff. You know, just because you do what you do, you know, that's what you do. Yeah, get the sidekick going, right? No, that's all right. I'm just going to do what I'm doing. And sometimes people just say, you know, should I, you know, should I try and do what the viewers want to watch? And, you know, yeah, you know, somewhat, but I'm trying to also do just what I want to do. If like, when I get done with this bus, I don't know what I'm going to do next. Oh, actually, the bucket truck, I guess. You guys want to see that too. And I really want to do a run on that. I have no idea if it's going to run. It's going to be one of those. I'm going to videotape it as it happens. It's going to be legitimately, I have not touched the engine yet. I don't know if it even turns over, but I'm going to show you guys with me from the point where I actually open the hood and start to work on it. um, if it'll actually run or if it's frozen or I don't know. I haven't looked at it yet, so it'll be fun. I think it'll be fun to have you guys involved with it with me to go through it. I think it'll be kind of fun. Yeah, we use I forget what it's called, Social Blade. Social Blade's what we use to look at, YouTubers, what we do, what our income is, and what you know. Musty One, shout out to you if you're out there. I don't know. He might come over to watch us later. He watches the channel too. He comes over, watches us. Yeah, it's almost every time I put his name in a video, he comes over and he's commenting. It's just because I've been watching him since you know since oh God, oh wow. I'm trying to think when he got the red bus. Yeah, I think that was way back there. So in I always thought it was kind of crazy that he put so much on the videos, and I learned a lot from watching him about how to make a video better. And it's just from watching his videos I went in the engagement he was getting from the people, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to start doing mine a little bit more like he does, but I'm going to have my own spin. Which you guys noticed that my videos are a little bit more like his, are not totally, but a really good. He does a really good job with involving everyone in the process of something he's doing, and I think I realized that's why people watch his channel. So that's what I'm trying to do that a little bit. Wow, you guys only have 10 cases in Minnesota, and they banned all the travel. Well, that's like here. There's only right in my immediate area. We have 250,000 people in our city, and there's 10 cases. So it's really not very bad. But we just heard today that somebody in the Amazon facility in Moreno Valley, which is where we get all of our stuff from, got the virus. So, I mean, can it go through a package? Can it get, how many other people have it? I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say what's happening. Thank you, Ben. Yeah, I think we are a lot alike. Me and Musty maybe we're cousins or something. I don't know. I got family all over back there. I have lots. I have so much family back there that I don't even know. Um, Darren's he's like he's very has a lot of similar his background and his he grew up with dyslexia, and I have a similar thing. I have like a dyslexic problem too, and I learned a lot from visual things in the same way he learned. I could not. I was actually pretty good in school, but it was more of I was only good in school because I don't know, I kind of cheated. When I was younger, I used to cheat a lot. That's it. I used to cut corners. I knew stuff, and I took the cheap, easier class only because I just didn't want to do the work, and because I was just nobody took me seriously, so I just went, oh, screw them. I won't take them seriously either. I'll just do my job, my school, and I ended up I was at the end of high school, and it was funny. I got to the end of high school, and they go, oh well, you have to wear the white tassel, and I'm like, what the hell's a white tassel? Oh, you had such good grades, and I was like, really? I had a 3.5 average or something like that. I didn't even know how I did it. It's crazy. I just because I took all the easy classes. I could do the harder ones. I just didn't want to. I just felt it was kind of pointless, and that's kind of why I didn't. I got out of school, and then I finished 2 years of. I didn't go to university. I only went to 2 years of college, and then decided to, I wanted to be self-employed. That's what I decided to want to do. And I have not had a job um, since 1991. I think 91. Yeah, I started in business on my own. And believe me, people think, oh, wow, it's really easy. You do business and stuff. It's like, no. You do business, I'm telling you, man, it's way harder. I remember the first couple of years I started doing business. I thought, I was used to think, man, I'm making my boss rich, and he's getting rich off of me because of this and that. And then you start your own business, and you're like, oh my God, I'm so worthless. I am so. I have to work way harder, and then you go and you work so hard, and you at first when you first start, and you're just like, oh my God, I don't make anything. And then it took many years. It took a lot of failure, it took a lot of stuff, and then I probably only started doing well. Um, I did well in the 2000s, and when I was painting houses, and I did okay doing then. And then, in 2008, when everything else dropped off, is I already had something else going. I was looking for something. In 2005, I knew it was going to die. I was like, this is bad. This is going to be bad. And that's when I started getting into the sign business. I started working my way into that. Because, I think about it. In a bad economy, let's say this is all over. The economy is really terrible. In a bad economy, what happens to businesses? Think about it for a second. One company goes under, another company buys them out, right? And what do they have to do? They have to change the signs. So that's why I got into the business and sign businesses. That's why I do that. Going back here, we gotta look at the chat a little bit here. Wonder how many people we got in here. Oh, I don't see how many. What do we have? I don't know. It says somewhere. Uh, I can't. I have to count them. I'm not that technical. 32. Wow. 33. Holy mackerel. That's a lot of people. Wow. That's cool. I guess we're all bored, right? I mean, what else would you guys want to watch me sit here and talk to you guys? What the heck, It's no big deal. We're just having fun, and if you're home, I hope you can find something to do. Some places I heard in New Zealand, maybe they're not, the automotive parts are not an essential service. And that's a bummer, because then you can't really work on your project or whatever. But out here, I think a lot of people are. I was talking to some people over at Worldsburg West, and they're busy. They are buried right now, and it's because people are home. They're working on their projects and stuff. So they're really, really busy over there. Yeah, cool. Thanks, man. Appreciate you listening to me. It's our little. I'll let you have whatever. I let everybody. Yeah, if you guys ever start video channels or whatever, and you want to share a video, I always allow the links if somebody wants to put a link on a video, because it helps other people. The whole reason I'm doing it is to help people. And one of the reasons I started doing this stuff, because like I said, it was like I know all these things from cars and years of experience, and working at shops, and then doing my own projects at home. I used to do side work. I mean, I used to have many years ago, I haven't done it in a long time, but many years ago, I used to get, like, my neighbors all knew that I did body work and paint stuff, and they'd get in a car wreck, and they'd bring their car. They go, hey man, I got in a wreck yesterday. Can you fix it? And yeah. Well, did you get insurance? They go, oh yeah, we got insurance. and they get the money from the insurance, and then, because it's legit, you can actually do that. You can get a check from the insurance company. And then I would get aftermarket parts, and I'd fix it for about half the cost. And I did that, oh God, I don't know how many times over the years, And that was a way to supplement, when things were bad. I didn't make much doing that really, but, if you average it out, it was something I did on a weekend. When I was a mechanic, mostly it was when I did that stuff. I was a mechanic at a shop, and for a while I was a mechanic for, I think, 5 years or so. And then people would come in with something, and they go, hey, I got something. They go, oh, this guy here, he knows how to paint stuff. He does on the weekend. And I used to do stuff on the weekends. I'd get cars and paint them on the weekend at home. That's how I made a living. I didn't make enough to live back then. So, yeah. Yep. Yeah. So just looking at Volkswagen Planet. What is that? I'm your sub Coco. Oh, that's somebody else he's talking to in the chat. Gotcha. $60 subscribers. VW Coco. Okay, we'll have to go check you out. Yeah, maybe you guys, if you're on the chat, real quick, just you can go over to the right, and where they have the 3 dots, you just go right click, and I'm doing it right now. And then, if you're on a PC, and then I think it's you right click, and then you go to, let's see. I've done this so many times I can't remember right now though. You go to their channel and subscribe. You can do that with mine still running. You can run over there, watch a little short portion of a video, and then push the subscribe button. If there's anybody that's on the chat right now who is not subscribed to VW, Hot W's YouTube channel, I've been on the phone with Shin, who runs Hot VW. There's 2 Shins, one owns it and one runs it, Hot VW's magazine. And we're trying to get their YouTube to be a profit source for them, because what's happening is the price of print is going up, and then the subscriber base for the magazine is slowly dwindling, and there's less people wanting to advertise with Hot VW's magazine because they can go on the Samba and then go other places where they can get advertising, maybe better bang for their buck, they think. And so the whole idea is we want to keep the magazine going. Don't you guys all want to keep the magazine? That's what, so we'd like to see, the last Volkswagen magazine, we wanted to stay around. It was gone. It was actually, Hot VW's magazine was over about 2 years ago. And when it was actually just before it was going to go dead, they were just going to turn off the lights. It was going to happen. Shin stepped in and bought the company, and so that's when I hadn't subscribed to Hot VW's in many years, and I'll tell you why. I didn't subscribe to Hot VW's magazine because I was more into the cars, and I was like I like VW trends because it was all the types of cars that I was into back in the early days. And yeah, I used to love VW trends, and because it was all bugs and and stuff like that. And Hot VW's was into Hot VW's, and they had dune buggies, and I wasn't really into the dune buggy thing. I've been to Glamis a million times, and I never wanted to go out there in a dune buggy. It just wasn't, I've ridden in them out there, but I wasn't into that. So when I heard that they had pretty much gone under and then came back, that's when I said, you know what, I need to subscribe to the magazine. So I started subscribing to it, and I just redid my subscription because they just changed their website online, and you can do it very easily through there. And just to support, something that I think is going to die if we don't. And so the whole idea of their YouTube channel is to try and get another revenue source. So this is kind of the concept of what we were talking about, is what they're going to do is it adds value to the people who are supporting the magazine through advertising, because magazines make money on advertising, not really on subscriptions. I mean, subscriptions are important because they need to be able to tell their advertisers, hey, we have 50,000 subscribers right now. We sell so many magazines, and that gives them data to want to invest. So the whole idea is to get Hot VW's magazine to be back, like the centerpiece again in the visual community of VWs. So what they could do is they could offer more, the person advertising, let's say they want to come in and advertise, they bring in their whatever, $10,000 or whatever, they get their magazine advertisement, and then included with that, they also get a background on a YouTube video. So that would make it more value to them, to make them want to invest in advertising with Hot VWs, because everybody's they got to make money too. They got to, it costs a lot to advertise, and you have to get your money back somehow for it. So that's what the whole, the YouTube needs to be good for them for that. And they did. Anybody watch the latest one on there? They have one that came out. A ride in the actually watch a Schwimmwagen ride at El Prado. That was really cool. I wasn't there at El Prado, so I didn't get to see it in person. So I was really glad that he got that video on there with that. So yeah, that Schwimmwagen was cool. That was really neat. So that's what we're all being a part of, trying to get the Pro Mod crash. That was pretty wild. I think he had his camera set up to do a picture of it, and then he did one of those shots where you can just do multiples, and Shin's really good photographer. He's really good. He's not, he's like learning video. Video is all new for him, so they're still learning. And Eddie, who does a spokesperson for them, he also does, I should maybe say online, but he does one of the largest production companies in the world and entertainment companies in the world, with ears. You know what I mean? Anybody guess? You know what I mean? He's the Hispanic. He's actually, he does the Spanish stuff for them. So I don't want to get in trouble. You know what I mean? That's what I used to start whistling when I do something Mickey Mouse in a car at the shop, or I'd see something really Mickey Mouse, I'd start whistling that at our shop. We had a lot of fun when I was a mechanic, and I made very little money. It was terrible. Nowadays, you can make a decent amount of money as a mechanic. I heard, by the way, I did hear that, anybody watch Dubworks channel? He's kind of a growing small guy, and amazing kid. He started when he was 15. He started building a 67 Bug and doing videos on it. He actually finally just primed his whole car. He has a job in a body shop. He welded the whole thing together. I mean, I don't care if it doesn't look that great or anything. I mean, at 15 years old, doing all that stuff. Dubworks did an amazing job. He's actually primed it. I don't know if he's got a video yet on his channel, how much time he's been spending on there, because he's been working. He works in a body shop. Yeah. Yeah, he's a young guy. He started when he was 15. Dubworks and 5150. Yeah, Jason's my buddy. We talk on the phone all the time. At least a couple days a week. Just to see what's up and try and help each other figure out things. Good guy, super good guy. Does the right thing. You know what I mean? That's what I'm telling you. You know, like I was saying about Apple, I don't think they do business the right way. Um, you know, Jason and I, well, he has Apple. I shouldn't tell you. No. He does because it works good, and that's why his videos are really good. You know, I don't think VW Live, if you're out there, I don't think they don't use Apple. They use something else. He uses Corel, I think. Does a great job with his videos. I mean, his editing is amazing, amazing. We always say that. VW Life's editing is second to nobody. He's he's I don't know. He must be doing it as work. He must be doing it in that business. He's really good. He's way too good. Oh, you bought that Gia off of Jason? Oh, you nearly did. Yeah, that was a how much did you want for that? I forget. That was a nice Gia. That black one. It's a really nice Gia. I think it was worth it. I was even looking at it. I'm looking at the rusty ones and going, man, yeah, I'll buy one. Because I was just thinking to have one and then do, but it cost me so much to ship it out here. Probably cost me more than it's worth. But I was thinking about doing that and then making a race car. I really would like to make a race car Gia. We have a couple of ideas. I'll throw them out to you guys. And so what do we got on who's on the chat now? What do we have? Anybody know how many subscriber people on the chat? I've never built a Gia. Never. They're so expensive to build. That's why I always didn't do it. Yeah, okay. This is Chris's dream. Okay, Chris, who works here at the shop, he works for our company as far as our business. We do business stuff. He's one of our installers for, and then when we're not working, then he used to have a VW shop, so he works on VWs. He's an amazing mechanic, one of the best there is. He's amazing at building engines. A lot of the information, all the engine stuff I get from him, because I can't stay up on it all. I just, all the stuff changed over the years. It used to be one way, and then now everything's made different. The parts are different. They're not the same as they were back in the 80s when I was doing mechanical stuff. But this is Chris's dream and what he wants to do. And I don't know if he still has his car. And I'm kicking this around, and it's just so much work to do. He really, really, really wants to do a race car. He's already got the car and everything. Got a 69, 68 Beetle. 69. I know it's IRS. So, or 70. 69 or 70 Beetle. And he wants to do a vintage, what's it called? Gasser style bug race car. And we're talking about this is the clincher for him. It has to be a chop top. I can't move him on it. All right, I've been trying to work on him for 6 months or a year. And I said, dude, man, come on, let's just do it. But not do the chop top. He was like, oh, it's got to be chop top. He's like, I have to do a chop top Beetle. And so you guys know what a gasser style is. Anybody? 70s style, hand painted bug. Anybody think that would be a cool idea to do on the channel? It'd just be a long project. I don't know if anybody would really watch it. Chop top, man. I don't know. I could do it. John says yes. Because what I'm going to do on it, see, this is my old school stuff. Okay, this I'm going to bring out. I'm going to bring out the metallic. This I'll show you. Hang on. Hold that thought. Anybody know what's in here? Metal flake. We're gonna go back in time. We're talking about it. I mean, then I bought the bucket truck, so I don't know. The bucket truck's so rusty; it's gonna take me a long time to do. So, metal flake, orange. This is his colors. I've got. We're gonna have a name on the door. Can't say what it is. It's got to be a bombshell that I got to drop for you guys. Got a name on the door. Custom panel painted. Stenciling flames. You know, everybody seen lace, stuff like that. I've done all that stuff. Okay. Some stencil, some flames, maybe some lace, and all custom painted. Yeah, like the old boats we used to do. I used to do boats. I did tons of boats. I did tons of mini trucks. I did so many of them. We even one of the mini trucks we put a design on it, and the boss used to come over and lay them all out. And then after a while, we'd go and we'd lay one out, and he'd come over and he'd go, roll with it. You know, it was like cool. So we started doing our own designs and stuff. We were all spins off of stuff that we learned from him, and then it was really cool. And so I thought, metal flake. He wants metal flake orange as the base. It's got to be metal flake orange. He said, so I'm good with that. I said, as long as you don't mind green, because I'm going to put some green on there too, make it really freaking bright. So he has all the fiberglass 70s flared fenders, the hood with the little, recess in it, the 70s style. So raked, chopped, you got it. Custom painted, race car. He's got the motor in there and everything. And then I don't know if I ever uploaded the video. I did. Old friend of mine, Colin Guyens, is guy runs Tectonics Tuning, okay, in Oregon. And Daryl Vitone, who's he created basically, he did all the testing for MP stuff in the beginning, before they've actually pre-MP. Okay, Daryl Vitone did a lot of stuff with the inch pincher and all that. And I was actually in the inch pincher. I had a video of me in the inch pincher. I don't know if I ever uploaded it. I think I lost the video, where I was getting towed. It was kind of cool. But yeah, we're going to go with it's not going to look like an inch pincher. It's not going to look anything like that. It'll be totally different. Because it's going to have flared fenders. He's got US mag wheels. That's what he has already. Be cool. I mean, it'd be a real 70s look, I something I haven't done. And anybody watch, if you see Hobby W's channel, on their cover, the square back, that's a gasser style, but that's got the 8-cylinder VW engine in the front that they made. So that's 2 air-cooled 4 cylinders tied together and running as a V8. It's crazy. It's pretty wild. Or as a flat 8, I guess. So I don't know. I think it'd be cool. You guys seen the square back. But yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be neat to do. I just, it's just the chop top part is just the killer for me, because it takes it from a 6 to 8 week project and turns it into 6 months to a year, because the chop top takes so much time to do, to do it right. It's kind of interesting how you do it. You actually cut a pie shape out of the back window, behind the back window, and you cut down the pillars in the middle, and you drop the roof, and then you build all the pieces in to fix it. Chris said he'll do the chop top part of it. I don't know. I have so many projects to do right now, and I'm just like, man, it's done. It would be one of those things that it would be such a huge head turner. There's nothing that shows the way that we do it. I think it would be kind of neat, but it's just one of the time. It's the time factor. It's it's going to take 6 months to a year of my life, and do I want to invest that? That's where I'm at, kind of on it. So that's I don't know. Still kicking it around. I haven't gave up on it yet. Got to see if his car's still there. His car's been in storage somewhere, and I think his car's still there. If it's still there, maybe we'll do it. But I've got to get rid of some cars. Too many things here. So I've got to finish some, sell some. Like this van, I'm going to end up selling when I'm done. I'm just doing it mainly for you guys to watch the videos and learn from. The Rabbit, I got to finish that one up and kind of sell it. Like I said, my registration bill is just too much. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I saw something about Belgium in here. I'm just kind of hearing that. Yeah, the guy in Belgium who got the bucket truck from, I've actually met him before, and I bought it through another friend of mine. What's his name? God, Ben or something? Bob. I think it's Bob. I met him. He's funny. Oh God, he's hilarious. He came in an Octo, and all we did was laugh the whole time he was there. He's hilarious. The guy's he's a bundle of laughs. He's great. But anyway, I gotta work on something. I'm getting the Joneses going on. My hands start shaking. I gotta sand. I gotta sand or do something. Bugging. The 67. Have I got a buyer for it yet? I don't know yet. I'm gonna get it done and then approach a guy. There's two people right now very interested in it. That know what it's been through. They know everything about it, and that's key to me. One is, and I haven't entertained a price or anything yet. I don't know. It'll be say probably in the 20s somewhere. I don't know where, but in there. But one of my friends really wants one, and he's been wanting it for many years, and we just haven't been able to find one that we could get together. And this one's probably, I think, going to be out of his price range. So there's him, and there's another. The guy who I bought it from. This was kind of interesting to me, and the guy who I've been bought it from, he's been testing me. He wants to buy it back when it's done, and my suspicions were 100% right. He got it. I'm pretty sure I saw this in the Samba for sale. He bought it. He got it home, and went, "Oh my God, how do I fix this?" And just got overwhelmed with the whole idea of it, and saw it and just looked at it and went, "Oh man, how am I going to get my money back?" And so I think he took the windows out. I didn't really particularly discuss all this stuff with him, but I'm sure this is what he did. Took the windows out, sold them, got some of his money there. Took the seats out, sold them. Took some other things off of it that he could sell, because he couldn't sell it again for the same price he had in it. So to get his money back, he had to sell all the parts, and then sold me the rest of it, kind of like the shell. And then, but it was doable for me. I looked at it, I was like, well, It doesn't have the windows, which is expensive, but it doesn't have seats, which is expensive, But the price I paid, which was $6,300, that's what I paid for it. It was, I couldn't lose my money. I could, if I did the metal work to it, I'd sell it and I'd get my money back. So that's that was my whole thought, is that every other one I looked at, by the time I paid for shipping to get it here, and for what I paid for it, what I have into it for the parts, I'd be upside down. And I just like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to, I don't, why would I do that? So I don't want to make videos and work my ass off and make a bust and then get my money, not even get my money back out of it, and be like, oh, that's not so good. So that's why I went ahead and got this one. There's a whole lot of things that I look at, when you're going to buy one of these things, you have to really, the fact that it had both front and rear bumpers, the front and rear bumpers are over $1,000. So for new ones, and if you find used ones at a swap meet, you hardly ever find her. And it had all it needed really to make it a driver is the engine and seats. Everything else was, and the windows that are missing, which I can get a really good price on those. So a lot of you guys will, I have friends that do that, that sell the windows, and there's a few things that I get really good deals on, and I'm hoping that I can still get that deal. So I don't really know. Yeah, the guy who sold it to me actually is very interested in buying it back when he's done, because he wanted it. I think he bought it, but he just realized that it was just more work than he could do. He just didn't know. He didn't even know. He didn't know where to start. Nice guy, super nice. I've met him before at shows and stuff. I've seen him over the years, and so I'm entertaining that too. I haven't really, but when it's done, it'll be a while. It might not even. I usually don't. This time of year I start to get busier usually, but I don't know. Now we got COVID-19. I don't know. How am I going to get to Florida to do my jobs? I don't even know. Can I? It's essential, but do I really want to? I have to do it. And if the program goes on in June, I have to do the job. I have to do it. I don't. It's not optional. A bank has the wrong hours in the door. How long will it be before people start complaining? It's got to be done. Time is of the essence. It's got to be done on time. So don't sell it back to him. Yeah. Yeah, really. Yeah, I know, but I don't know. I'm just, it would be. I thought it would be an interesting video. I thought it'd be kind of back in another video of the guy going over the same house. I don't know if he still lives there. I think he's gonna move. But have the same guy buy the thing back and show him driving away. That would be neat. I don't know. I thought that would be fun, but who cares? I don't know. I'm gonna get it all done. Drive it. I always get them done. I always drive them for a while. I want to feel the steering wheel. I want to feel that nice original steering wheel. Drive around, get all the bugs out of it. Make sure that it's a good roadworthy car. The last couple ones I sold, ones years ago, I sold one. A guy bought it, hopped in it, and drove it to Ohio from California, and he made it. So that's how pretty much I build stuff. He made it. He didn't break down. It did have a new engine in it at that point, though. I was selling it with an older engine. I said, nah. He goes, hey, would that make it there? I go, I don't think I wouldn't do it. That's okay. He bought a new engine. He goes, I'll buy a brand new engine then. So he bought a brand new engine, and we put that in. And it was when Ampy was having these problems with the cams. He put an Ampy cam in it. It went flat. Went 10 minutes later. And it wasn't my build. I didn't build the engine. I just put in what he gave me. And then we took it back, had it rebuilt again, checked the engine, put a different cam in and put a scat cam in it. You know, those MP cams, man, they're I don't know. It's the cam or the lifters. I'm not sure. I was actually talking to Scat, to Tom, who grinds all. They make the cam blanks for everybody. If you guys didn't know that, Scat makes the cam blanks for every cam company that sells VW cams that I'm aware of. And it's the grind. If they don't, there's something like the relief on the downward part of the grind. If it's not done right, the cam will go flat. I don't know. And most VW places do it fine, but I don't know. Maybe the MP one. You know, nothing to say good or bad about MP. I mean, some of their parts are good, some are bad. But I think that was and there was no actual warranty on those things, so that's the thing I don't like. But that's the way it is. It's Volkswagen parts. All right, man. I guess we're gonna roll on. I'm gonna head out of here now and let you guys run out. And thanks for making the comments. Thanks for coming by. Hopefully, you guys are getting through the COVID-19 thing, okay, wherever you are, and be safe. You know, obey the rules. You know, stick with the guidelines. It's probably, in my opinion, I think it's a little bit worse than what they're saying as far as the ability to catch it. So just be careful. Don't, just stick to the rules. If they say to stay home, stay home. You know, you limit your contact with people. You know, if you have gloves, when you're out, wear them. If you have a face mask, wear it if you can. If you're going to go in any place where you're going to be with more than, you're going to be closer than 6 feet from a person. That's what I'm doing. And I would just stick with it and don't think it's going to end quickly. Even if they say it's going to, just be ready. Don't go out and think this, don't take it lightly. It's not, and it's probably not going to be, even person my age probably won't be totally affected with it, but the older people or the people with diabetes or whatever, I could be, because I do have heart disease, so that could, it could affect me. But if you are, just be safe. Err on the caution of safeness. Really, it's a serious thing, and like I said, there's nobody really knows everything about it. The doctors are very unaware. A lot of them are. So, all right, I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Let me turn this off.